We're here at the Mocambo for a very special CD release party. It's Foxjaws, and they're celebrating their new album, At Odds, or otherwise known as
Exercises in Separation While United in the Fall.
Exactly, beautiful name, just springs off the tongue. Carleigh here is the lead singer of Foxjaws, and I must say you have a wonderful voice. What's the highest note you can hit and for how long?
I don't know. I used to be able to hit a high E.
H?
High Z.
With the H, 6 octaves above middle C.
Oh yeah?
And it was an hour and a half.
Yeah.
An hour and a half. Wow, that's awesome. Now the creative input into this album, I understand you all start jamming and then you usually write the lyrics as well. So after the jamming, you sort of have the composers. What do you do as the lead singer to write and for meaning in the lyrics?
Well, myself and Dan sing lead. So we just alternate, and it's kind of an organic thing, you know. If they're playing riffs that I feel, I'll jump in there, and we kind of just work it out that way and see what sticks. So yeah, it's basically their music motivates or like inspires words for me, and then they just kind of come out, and whatever sticks. And Dan the same way, I think. Or Dan's a little more methodical about his lyrics. He kind of, you know, will get the jam going, and then he'll go and sit with the lyrics and kind of work them out.
Pen and paper.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so usually also yours and Carleigh's voice blend so well in a lot of the songs. Do you sort of come up with the melodies together after the lyrics, or?
I don't know. What would you say?
Well,
kind of
usually, like,
natural to some degree.
Yeah. If Dan's singing, and then I might add some harmonies or something. Yeah. Stuff like that. We like to harmonize with each other.
Wonderful. Now, some of the songs in your album, like 2x2, what's the overall meaning that you want to get across to your fans in that song and the lyrics?
That one's kind of just about being aware of the coming of change. You know, bracing yourself for big things to happen. I don't know. They're very like kind of sparse lyrics. They don't necessarily have like a huge overall message. Most of the songs, but I don't know. Those are things that interest me, like you know, 2012 and all that kind of stuff that's coming up. Like you know, the big cultural and awareness and stuff like that. So I don't know. Cultural awareness? What? Don't ask me about that stuff right now, you know.
Definitely. And what are some of the songs on the album that are really important to you guys?
That's tricky. I like the enabler. It kicks ass. Yeah, that's important to him.
Oh yeah?
That works. Anyone that gets a stomp on, that's important to me. Hello?
Perfect. Are there any other songs that hit home for you guys, or?
It would be Hunting Knives.
Hunting Knives, yeah. That's on your MySpace, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just an excuse to play metal for a minute.
The band name for it is actually Franken Country.
Oh, Franken Country. Perfect.
I have like a love for the folkier kind of music, so Home and Native really like sits well in that area for me, singing wise. The jangly, kind of driving down a country road sound, but
wonderful.
Yeah, but it's nice because this band has like a whole wide range of sound, so we all get to kind of tap into our likes and mesh it all together into one cacophony of sound.
Brandon, Who's your influences, and at what age did you start playing drums?
I was about 12 years old, and at that time, my parents had a friend who worked in radio. His name was George, and he did a show called Big Band Saturday Night. So he kind of showed me a lot of cool big band stuff, you know, like Gene Krupa and Buddy Rich and those kind of guys. So originally that's kind of what I really started thinking about when I was playing, and then the whole sort of 1990s era of music, I guess, when I started coming of age. That's what I was into. So now it's kind of, you know, it's all kinds of stuff now. So yeah.
Well, that's cool. And you two are actually siblings. So is there any sibling rivalries on the road, like who gets a bigger bed or fanciest room? Or?
I just make Carleigh set up my drums, and everything's smooth after that.
Yeah,
I'll
totally.
speak to that one. I think Brandon comes from a family of very strong and powerful women.
Oh, okay.
So he's just learned to deal with it. That's pretty much the sibling rivalry.
Definitely. And I imagine any time like you tick off Carleigh, she'll just do that really high note for a long time.
Oh, is that high H? Shit, you know?
When you're performing live, do you put extra energy into that performance?
I'm more of a sort of a stickler for getting it right. But yeah, I like to get loaded, and then I try to get into it and just see how the evening's going. If it's kind of flat, some nights we play better on flat nights when there's not a lot of people around. We're on tour. We didn't play to a lot of people the last leg out, but we had an awesome time every time we were on stage. So yeah, it depends on really how we're feeling. So.
And Evan, do you have any wild road stories that stick in your mind?
Those kind of need to stay on the road. I think there's generally an unwritten code.
What was that hotel called that we stayed at?
We can tell another band's wild road story, because that doesn't count for us.
Oh yeah.
So the last time we were on tour, we were in Fredericton. Yep. And there's kind of a hotel that the bands who play at this one venue in Fredericton always stay at. And I guess a couple of weeks before, wow, I'm telling this story really terribly.
I think it happened like a couple of years back.
Really?
Yeah.
What band was it?
Melgrove.
It was a Melgrove band.
Oh, okay.
And so they ended up staying at this hotel called the Prospect Inn, which is a bit of a, you know, it's your standard kind of dodgy, but interesting in a character kind of way, motor inn.
Yeah.
But the night that they had played there also happened to be the annual Fredericton Swingers Convention. That was held at the same establishment. So they pulled in at about 3 in the morning to a whole lot of open doors, because it's one of those places where the doors kind of open into the parking lot. And think of swingers in Fredericton. And that's
swingers, and that could be very good or bad.
I have a flashlight that's for hunting, and you can track blood and stuff like that with it.
Oh, really?
So that came in really handy before we actually went to sleep in this place, because we had to check all the sheets.
Oh, definitely. So
Sheets and everything, man. You were right in there.
A little scam, but
When we checked in, they said, we'll put you on the bottom floor because people are working on the second floor. And it was like 2 in the morning working on the second floor.
it's very important to go CSI wherever you go. You don't know what's lurking.
I will admit, I made fun of Dan for his blood trail flashlight.
Oh, yeah?
But yeah, I recognize the utility.
Yeah, well, it's very important. I might get one myself just after this. You never know. But you guys have done some pretty big festivals like North by Northeast, Canada Music Week. In the future, what big cards are you going to be on?
maybe CMJ, Halifax Pop Explosion, Pop Montreal. Those are the main ones coming up.
Fox Jaws, thank you so much. I know you're gonna kick some butt in there and get everybody off their feet and jumping around. I'd just like to thank you for the interview. And I'm gonna pick up the CD, so should you.